Hi guys! So this video is going to be a little bit different than my vlogs that I've been doing. It's kind of a rant, kind of a emotional throw up, I guess you could say. I've been having a difficult time lately just dealing with my health, my disabilities, and just life circumstances right now. So I kind of start talking about disability and the struggles that I am having applying for disability, and then I kind of go on to a little tangent about just things in general and how it's just difficult for me right now. This video is going to be split up into at least 2 parts, possibly 3, depending on how long it ends up getting, just because I have a lot to say. There's a lot on my mind, a lot on my heart, but yeah, it's just kind of like I'm just being raw, I'm being honest and telling you guys what it's like. It's not filmed very well. I have greasy bangs because I hadn't been able to shower in a few days. I'm in bed with my blankets filming on my phone, and then my phone kept dying on me, so then I switched to my tablet. So it's just like this really like off kilter video, but the message of what I have to say is really important and really heartfelt. I hope that you guys can just watch it and just understand the struggles that people like me face. And maybe you are someone like me with chronic illness who are having issues, you know, getting on disability, or just having problems at home or with friends and family, and maybe you can relate to what I have to say. So I hope that you guys can get something out of this, and I'd really appreciate, you know, if you could like, subscribe, and leave comments. You know, it'd be nice to hear from you guys. Take your opinion on things, or if you have similar stories to something that I'm dealing with, it would be really nice to kind of hear that I'm not alone in this world. So with that said, I guess here's the video. Hey everybody, it's almost 4:20 a.m. I'm still awake. I just can't sleep. I'm just kind of emotionally worn out today. Not only today, but just tonight. I'm just like, I wasn't bad earlier. I was actually not feeling too terrible, but I don't know. I'm really struggling right now with the whole disability thing, and I applied last year in August, and I still have not gotten confirmation of whether or not they approved or denied my case. So I'm going to try to remember to call them tomorrow and just ask, like, hey, what the heck? You know, where are you at in the standings? Because the last time I saw a doctor was in February. And that was their appointed doctor. And she did tell me it could take 4 weeks. So she said on average it takes 4 weeks. No, it was January. It was January. Yeah. So it's been almost 2 months since I've seen this doctor. And she did tell me that it's normally about 4 weeks on average, but since it's the government, you know, they could take their sweet time because that's what they like to do. And I have a feeling I'm going to get denied. Like, majority of people get denied, and all my doctors are telling me you're going to get denied. It's just, they just flat out deny you, like, first round. But, like, I would want to know that, because the sooner I know that, the sooner I can work on my appeal, the sooner I can hire a lawyer, the sooner I can figure out what I need to do, talk to my doctors, figure out what to take the next step, you know, so I can get the appeal in. But I'm just like, in the meantime, you know, you're kind of in limbo, and you're kind of stuck, and there's nothing you can do. Like, I can't work. I can't even do basic online jobs. My cognitive ability is just not there. Like, yeah, there are some times when I'm okay for like a couple days, but then my brain just won't work, and there's months on end where I have brain fog so bad that I can barely talk. I can't even get correct words out of my mouth. It's just really frustrating. And, you know, so yeah, well, I might be able to do a job for a week or two or something. I can't hold anything down because I never know from day to day, from hour to hour, quite frankly, what my cognitive function is going to be like, what my health is going to be like, what my fatigue is going to be like. Am I going to have, you know, IBS flare? Am I going to be in the bathroom for 3 hours? You know, am I going to have brain fog where I can't even speak like a normal human being? Like I revert to speaking like a child because I can't remember things. I can't think of names for things, and I mix my words up, and it's just like, it's really frustrating. And then, you know, even doing like online like survey taking and stuff like that, like, yeah, I can do it for a while, but then, like I said, like after a while, my brain stops working, or I get so fatigued that I end up sleeping for hours upon hours. And when I'm awake, I don't have time to sit and like do online surveys because I need to get other stuff done. I have doctor's appointments. I need to go grocery shopping, which sometimes I can't even do grocery shopping. Like right now, I need to go to the grocery store again and get more food, but I don't have the energy to go do it. And so I'm kind of just stuck here eating random things that I can find at the house that I can eat until I can get the strength to go to the grocery store and get food. And it's just really frustrating. And I'm just like, you know, I can barely function. I mean, I can't even shower every day. I can't even do basic, like, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. Like taking care of yourself kind of stuff. I can't even do basics of that every day because it just takes too much out of me. So, you know, there's nothing that I can do that can earn me an income. At least, yeah, I mean, even the stuff that, like, yeah, I can make a little bit of money here and there, but there's nothing that is reliable enough for me to be able to claim as a job, you know? I used to babysit for my sister, and that was great because I could just hang out at her place and relax on the couch and take naps and stuff like that. But it got to the point where my fatigue was so bad that I couldn't even stay awake enough to watch the kids. I mean, how horrible is that? Like, thankfully the kids were kind of old enough to be able to, you know, function on their own and everything, but, you know, it got to the point where, like, I couldn't babysit for her anymore, and she didn't really want me to babysit for her anymore because she was concerned about the safety of her children, because I'm asleep, because I can't function. And, you know, I totally don't blame her at all. So, like, and that, she paid me, but it basically was, the money she gave me was basically gas money to get there and back. Like, that's basically what it was. And I mainly did it as just a way to help my sister and to spend time with my niece and nephew. It wasn't for the money because, like I said, the money basically was my gas money. I had a little tiny bit of spending money, but nothing major. And I can't even do that anymore. I mean, it's been 2 years, I think, since I've done that. I've tried doing my own business, working from home. I can't do that. I can get started and work on it, and then my fatigue or pain or brain fog or something happens, and I get a new diagnosis or a new disease that's wrong with me, or a new this and new that. I swear, it's like every month I'm getting, they're finding more things that are wrong with my body, and it's just, I'm just really frustrated right now. And the problem is, while I'm waiting for disability in the meantime, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I thank God that I have a place to stay, because if it wasn't for my dad, I'd most likely be living in the streets. I'd be moving from family member to family member, trying to find a place to stay. I'd be in homeless shelters because, like, I literally don't have the ability to take care of myself at all. I don't. And if it wasn't for my dad, like I said, I'd legitimately be homeless. And so I'm very, very thankful for my dad. But I don't know. It's just like, I have to have an income. I have to. It's getting, the strain on my dad is getting so much worse with having to pay for all of my bills, having to pay for everything. I mean, thankfully I was able to get food stamps, so that took a huge burden off of him. So he doesn't have to pay for my food anymore, but he still pays my phone bill. He pays, you know, the electricity that I use, the utilities, the water, the sewer, all that kind of stuff that, you know, I use along with everyone else. And not like that's a whole lot of money, but it adds up, you know. He pays my gas. I don't have a car anymore, but when I did, he paid my insurance. I mean, well, he still pays my insurance because I technically still drive his car. He didn't pay car payments because we bought the car straight out, but, you know, if it was, he would have paid my car payments. He pays my insurance. He helps me with my medical bills on occasion. You know, I think I said he pays for my phone. I mean, you know, it's like everything. Like, he literally pays for everything. And it's putting a major strain on him. I mean, I'm almost 30 years old. And I still live at home. And that's... And I'm not able to pay him rent. I'm not able to help with any of the bills. I can't pay for anything. I just feel like I'm just a mooch or something. I mean, I legitimately can't do anything else. So I have, like, legitimate reasons why I'm still at home and why I can't pay for things. So it doesn't make me feel any better. It doesn't make me like, oh, it's okay that I still live at home because my health is bad, which is the reality. But mentally, it's just like, I shouldn't be living at home. I shouldn't be. You know, I'm more than old enough to be on my own. But again, I just can't. And it's frustrating because some people accuse me of taking advantage of my dad, or just being lazy, not wanting to own up to adult responsibilities, you know, just being like, you're not working because you don't want to work, you're not, you know, this and that. I'm like, do you even know me? Because all I've wanted to do since I was a tiny child was to have a career. Was never like, I want to be a mom, I want to be, you know, this and that. I'm like, no, I want to be a veterinarian. I want to work. I want to volunteer. I want to travel the world. I want to own this huge farm, this huge working farm. That's what I've wanted since I was a tiny kid. And those desires have not changed. It's just my circumstances, unfortunately, don't allow these things to happen. And so when people accuse me of just taking advantage and being lazy and like, you don't, well, or like, you know, well, you're not working because you don't have to work because you have a place and your dad pays for things. That's so not the case. And it makes me so angry when people say this to me, because I'm like, you don't even know me then. Because if you knew me, you would understand how driven of a person I am. Just because I am not doing these things doesn't mean I don't want to do these things. It kills me inside that I can't do the things that I want to do. I don't have any friends anymore. I've lost all of my friends because I was not able to be a friend. I would have to cancel everything all the time. I was never able to be there for them anymore. And so, you know, they're like, well, if you can't be there for me, then you're not a good friend. And like, in a way, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, you guys, you can come to my place, but, you know, I live with my dad. And they're like, why would I come to your place when I have my own house and we can do whatever we want in my house? And I'm like, because I can't physically get out of my house. But, you know, no one seems to understand that. And I just, like, there are so much things I want to do with my life. So many things I want to do, and I just can't do them. And it's so hard because I see people who are 10 years younger than me, who have degrees, they have houses, careers, they're successful, and here I am
I've not had a real job since 2008. I have less than a year's worth of work experience total as far as taxable income goes. Less than a year. And it just, like, really? It's so, so hard. I don't want to be here. I don't want to live at home. Holy frick. I don't want to have to rely on my dad for everything. I've always been a very, very independent person. And that just makes this so much harder. And then having to explain to people, like, oh yeah, I live at home. I'm disabled. But I'm not because I'm not actually on disability yet. You know, it's so hard. It's so freaking hard. And there's so much stuff I want to do, like, so much stuff. And I don't know. Like I said, people just think that I'm mooching off my dad. And it's well, if dad didn't allow you to live at home for nothing, then you would have to work. And it's like, no, actually, if dad didn't allow me to live at home, then I'd be on the street because I can't work. There is a very large difference between not wanting to work and not being able to work. It frustrates me so much when people say this to me. It's like they don't even know me, because if they really knew who I was, they would know how driven of a person I am and how much this kills me. It kills me to not be able to do the things that I want to do with my life. To have to feel like this helpless person that has to rely on everybody else for everything. And I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to be able to provide for myself, even if that means getting help from the government. But at least it's my own money. I can spend it how I want, and I can start paying bills, and I can get myself a new phone, and I can buy new clothes, and I can pay rent to my dad, so I don't feel like I'm just taking all this money from him and not giving him anything in return. Because it's not even like I can do chores around the house, really. Like, sometimes I can, yeah, but most of the time I can't, because most of the time I'm just in bed. And I can't clean very much. Like, I can't clean the bathrooms and stuff because the chemicals make me extremely ill. My doctor told me it's actually extremely dangerous for me to be working with, like, cleaning chemicals. It could put me in the hospital. And yeah, I know there are natural remedies or natural things out there and stuff, but those are expensive. And my dad's the one that buys it, and he buys the chemicals. And so I'm like, I can't even help clean the bathroom or anything like that. I have physical and, limitations where I can't, I can vacuum occasionally. I can maybe unload the dishwasher and stuff, but I can't always do that because sometimes I'm just too exhausted or too much pain. So I just feel like I'm just here and existing and not doing anything to help anyone. And I don't want, I can't do that anymore. Like, I have to find a way to be able to provide for myself, or to not have to rely on everyone for everything. So, that's why I really could use disability, even if it's like $100 a month. I don't know how much disability is, but if it's like $100 a month, then at least I could pay my dad, like $30 for rent, and then I could pay a little bit for gas money, and then I could, maybe spend the rest of the money on my medication that I need that my insurance doesn't cover.